Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Now today you guys, we are going to be doing something a little different because, drumroll please, we have hit 5K on our channel. Yay! So what I wanted to do for this 5K milestone is a brand new challenge that my boyfriend actually came up to me and helped me think of. And if you guys want to go check out his channel, I'll have that linked in the description down below. But today, basically what this milestone challenge is that when you hit 5K, 10K, 15K, 30K, 50K, 100K, even a million, one day, you are going to build a house solely on how many followers you have. So every follower you have is one simoleon. Now, every simoleon is $1. So if I have 5,001 subscribers, I'm only going to use 5,001 simoleon dollars to make my home. Now, the other day, if you guys were on YouTube here, I did put a little thing in my community asking what kind of video you guys wanted to see. And you guys, for the majority vote, wanted something a little bit more winter and Christmassy themed. So I decided to make my little Christmassy themed house, and I did like a little speed build of it, and I'm thinking whether or not I should do it, like if I should do it just closer next time, like in real time next time. I'm not entirely sure. I got home late from work, so this is probably the only reason why I'm doing this, probably not in real time. But if I wasn't working, I would definitely do it in real time, probably with you guys. But I haven't posted in like a couple days because I have been just like major block trying to figure out what to build. And I noticed that I hit 5K, and I knew when I hit 5K, I was going to make this challenge. So it is officially called the Milestone Challenge. Every time you hit the 5, 10, 15, that is when you do another milestone challenge. So the next time that we hit 10K, that's the only time I'm going to be doing it. And then when I hit 15, that's the only time I'm going to be doing that milestone challenge. So you can kind of see how we're doing it. So it is officially going to be known as the Milestone Challenge, and that is it. That is it. It is really fun too. If you guys want to do this, post it on your social media, and tag me and let me know if you guys do it, because I think it is a lot of fun. So if you guys want to check that out, I would love that. Now, on to the video. Now, for me, story time. You guys know every time I have to make a video, it has to be a story time of something. And so since it's been Christmas, since we have Black Friday, we have, and y'all know that I work in retail right now. There are so many people that are trying to steal from the store. Now, there is this one girl who is so adamant on trying to come in and steal this one particular type of product, should I say. That's it. This one thing. And I do believe I mentioned her before on my other videos, but she decided to come back again. Yes, okay. So it was like 2 times in one day, and then the day before that she came in. So she tried like 3 times in the span of 2 days to try and steal something. So the first time, just to sum it all up, she came in, she ran to where she wanted to grab like the product, and my manager just saw it, and she like walked out, and he comes to me and he's like, yeah, that girl just like stole a product. And I was like, why didn't you stop her? And he's like, I'm not getting paid enough to stop someone. And I was like, yeah, that's fair. He's not getting paid enough to tackle a girl, so whatever. So we just kind of like brushed it off, even though we really shouldn't have. And then the next day happens. So I'm just like talking with a lot of like the people who are in our store, a lot of our employees, and I see this girl walk in, and all of us are kind of like, hey, she looks a little familiar. And one of the girls was like, hey, wasn't that the girl that tried to steal something like yesterday? And the girl was going right to the same spot as she usually does. So obviously all of us were like staring at her, looking at her like menacingly, like, what are you doing here? Like, even the girl was like, don't come back to the scene of the crime. Why would you do that? And So she walks up, she goes, she's like looking at us, and she has her friend. So there's one girl behind her, one to her right. The girl behind her is like looking out at the store to be like her eyes. And then the girl who's trying to take it is trying to like put it in like her pocket, anything like that. And then the girl to her right is also looking around, like she's looking at her friend trying to take the thing and also trying to look at us. Now at this point, all of our employees know exactly what she's trying to do. So we're just staring at her and we're like, are you seriously trying to do this again? And so I just thought it'd be fun to just walk over there and just like pretend to fix the merchandise, you know? So I just like walk over and I'm like, oops. I like hit over a couple things. So I'm like, my bad. And then they like look at me and they're like, okay, like, can you leave us alone? Like the other girl's like, she's like looking at her like, I cannot take this if she's right here. So, 5 minutes go by, they're trying, they can't do it. So they put it down and they leave. So fast forward, I am at my work and nobody else is there. I'm just there tendering that day. Usually it doesn't really happen, but I was there that night just like closing alone. And the girl, I see her run back in. And at this point, I'm going into the back of the store trying to grab something for myself. And I think I was just grabbing water. And I come back out and she, I could see her, she ran to that spot, knowing that I wasn't in the current perimeter at the time. So I'm just sitting there and I'm staring at her. Obviously she doesn't know that I'm there, and I just go, hi, do you need help with something? And she looks around and she goes, what no, I don't need help with anything. And I was like, oh, okay, well, just let me know if you need anything. And I start to walk towards her. So I'm just pretending to do things and I'm just staring at her, and she kept staring at me, and I'm like, girl, you are making this so obvious for yourself. We already know what you're trying to do. A literal span of 2 days. And she's a young girl too. She's probably grade 8, grade 9. I don't even know what she's doing. And so she just looked at me and she kept looking back and then looking at me again. At this point, I got so annoyed. I just stared at her. I didn't break eye contact. I know it's very rude. Don't stare at people, okay? It's very rude. Nobody likes that. But if they're stealing, I condone it. So I'm just staring at her, and she looks at me. And then she just kind of puts it down really slowly and she walks away. And so I'm like, okay, goodbye. Get out of my store. So she walks out. And at this point, if you guys have heard, I already talked about how we had to call the security on these group of kids because they were vaping in the hallways. They were riding their bikes in the hallways. They were just doing everything that they're not supposed to do. And so we had to call security and tell them to go get them out of there. So they're already in heat. So I already don't like their group. So I see them outside of the store, and the girl kind of puts out her hand did you get it? And she was like, no, blah, 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 blah. Obviously I couldn't hear what they were saying, but I could see what they were doing. And not even 10 feet away from them. This is something that made me just so it just ticked me over the edge because I was just so annoyed. And it doesn't get me annoyed in person to just do anything. I was just genuinely upset and annoyed because at first you're trying to steal something, and two, this is what they did. Okay, so there's an old man sitting in a chair just minding his own business, probably not all there, and these group of kids, this one guy who's in the group, again, grade 8, grade 9, he starts slowly creeping up to this man, and I'm looking. At this point, I'm trying to close my store, so I'm walking towards them kind of, but I'm closing the store door, and I seem kind of tiptoeing closer to this man, very bluntly, you can tell he's just doing it for fun, and he's just popping his neck out, he's staring at him, and all of his friends are giggling and laughing, thinking that this is so funny, and this old man is just staring at him what are you doing? So I just walked over and I was like, guys, I'm leave him alone, My gosh. And the guys who were in the group, they're like, oh no, sorry, like we're not doing anything. I was like, yes, you are. Like, you ain't trying to even hide it. All of us can see you do what you're doing. You're just bothering this old man. Like, leave him be. So I really shouldn't have done that. Because I had to like walk to my car. It was late at night. I could have gotten jumped. Yes, I do martial arts. Yes, I teach it. But that doesn't stop me from getting, you know, way worse than that. That doesn't require fists. So there was a lot of them too. I doubt they would have, but like, you don't know people. You have to be careful nowadays. So I really shouldn't have gone over to confront them, but I was really annoyed that night because she was trying to steal, and she was basically, all the group was harassing this man who was just trying to sit down. And I doubt they would want that to happen to them when they were older. So never do that. Respect your elders, please. But yeah, so that has basically been what's been going on this week. And I tell y'all, I have so many stories of when I am in retail in my life. If there's anything that you guys see in my builds and my videos, probably 80-90% of the time, I'm talking about stories that is happening in my life right now. And I don't really like talking about the build because I'm like, yeah, there's a toilet, there's a sink, and I decide to put a bed, you know, like weird. I can't do it. So I have to talk about my life, and I hope that is entertaining for you guys as much as it's entertaining for me, and how much I realize I really can't talk today. I find that being in retail is taking away my blah, 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 my mouth function. I don't even know. But how are you guys doing? Did you guys get all of your shopping done for Black Friday? Girl, it was crazy. Our store usually has like $1,000, $2,000 a day. It was at like 14 grand for Black Friday, so it was absolutely insane. And if you guys want to hear more about that, let me know. And if you guys want to listen to more of my stories, feel free to look at some of my old and other builds that I've done, my most recent ones too. I always talk about stories. And yeah, if you did like that, maybe please consider like, commenting, and subscribing. And I will see you all later. Thank you all so freaking much to 5,000 lovely family members. Our little family is growing. I'm so excited to do another milestone challenge when we hit 10K, and maybe I release a Discord. I don't know. I know that you guys know, if you guys have been here for a while, that I have been working on something for a hot minute. So if you want to go check that out, let me know if you want to go see that in the future, and I will catch you all later. Bye guys.